On February 27, 2018, Public Safety Director James Shea appeared before the City Council at their caucus meeting and presented a bleak picture of our 911 center. He cited a 911 meltdown 4 years ago which cost the city $1 million. He then advocated for the hire of IXP Corporation to do a complete assessment of the 911 operation at a cost of $38,000. With him at the meeting were Larry Consalvos, COO of IXP, Bill Metro, CEO, and Adam Safer, Vice President for Corporate Development. Shea did not mention that Safer is the son of Howard Safer, former New York Police Commissioner, whose firm, Vigilant Resources International, VRI, got Shea the job with Jersey City. Adam Safer was there, hidden in plain sight, but no one made the connection. Shea stated to the council, "We did search far and wide for other people to bid on this job and came up with nobody. Nobody else does this except this corporation. Peter bounced me back for months demanding additional quotes, and we tried. No one else wants to touch 911 because it's so complex." On April 14, 2018, the Jersey Journal reported this story titled, "Firm Reviewing 911 System Has Ties to Brass." In that story, city spokeswoman Hannah Peterson called IXP the best firm to help save money on the 911 system. Further, she states, "This firm is neither a political supporter or donor of anyone in this administration, so we don't see an issue here. The taxpayers deserve the best, and that is what we are providing." The story goes on to say the council voted to hire IXP at the February 28th meeting by a 7-to-1 vote. It further states the resolution adopting the hire received 3 quotes. It does not say if IXP was the lowest. So this seems totally contrary to Shea's statement about not being able to get additional quotes demanded by the BA's office. Who are these companies? Shea would have us believe IXP is the only company in all 50 states that does this work. In October 2017, IXP announced an asset purchase agreement for the managed services and consulting businesses of Vigilant Analytics and Safer Intelligence, the Safer companies. In short, IXP is now partnering with BRI. It was at this time that Adam Safer was hired by IXP to be Vice President for Corporate Development. At the end of the presentation by Shea and IXP, Council President Lavaro cautioned them that, given the economic circumstances the city is in right now, we need to tighten our belts on that stuff, adding any efforts to privatize had better be backed up by strong, detailed information about why it's a necessity. I don't want to put people in the street. Unsaid at the caucus meeting is that IXP runs and operates 911 centers for municipalities, especially those with weak finances. CEO Bill Metro states that IXP uses private management techniques, meaning they don't have to follow civil service rules or deal with unions that represent public employees. Anyone care to wager that IXP will come back to the city with a doomsday 911 scenario and a strong recommendation they take over at once? And why not? They're the only show in town.
10-15 is just something I've wanted to do for a while. It's kind of the same thing I did in tactics in the police department and everything else. I'm not happy with our operations there. I think we're spending too much money, and I think we're not getting the product that the taxpayers deserve. I think it's affecting our service to the taxpayers. I'm not sure, I think. A lot of times I run into we have to shut down channels, and we don't have enough people to operate channels when they're there. Everybody knows that, I shouldn't say everyone knows, people might not know, but when within a year of this administration taking over, 5 years ago, we had a catastrophic shutdown at 911. They completely shut it down and cost us over $1 million in equipment. So one of my initiatives for this year was to get in there, take a look at what's going on there, see if we're running it efficiently, if we can do it better, if there's any possibility of doing a better delivery of service to the taxpayers from the 911 system. It is, it's our lifeline for our citizens, and when you talk about then add the dispatchers to it, that's the lifeline for our police and firefighters while they're out there. So that's why I want to bring in a company from outside to do a complete overhaul, not an overhaul, just a complete look at everything in there and make recommendations to us either that we're doing it correctly or that there is a way we can do it better.
Well, you know we're not doing it correctly. So, well, I mean, because,
You know that we could do it better.
well,
I agree with you. The way I would word it is, I'm not happy with the way the service is being delivered. I don't know if I can do it better. I don't know if there's better technology out there. I don't know if there's better ways that we can reconcile the various federal labor laws I'm working under now that I have no choice but to follow, and the need to deliver 24/7, cannot shut down, cannot be not unmanned operations. Those two probably well-intentioned, things are now clashing a little bit. So I don't know if there's an answer. That's why I want to, so while I'm not happy with the way it's going, I'm not sure that there's a better way that we're just not availing ourselves of. That's why I want to take a look, at what's going on.
Council members, thank you for letting us visit with you this evening. I'm Larry Consalvos. I'm the President and Chief Operating Officer of IXP. The Bill Metro, CONSAL, V as in Victor, OS. Sorry, I have a cold.
That's okay.
It's Bill Metro, our CEO and Chairman of our board, and Adam Zafer, Senior Vice President. We thank you for allowing us to visit with you tonight. IXP is a public safety company. We do consulting, we do technology solutions, and we do managed services. So our goal is to evaluate the operation, look at the technology, to look at the operations, to look at the facility, and assess the workload, the cost of the workload, and see if there aren't some ways that we can give some recommendations on better, more effective ways to deliver the level of service the community really desires.
Does your company train civilians to work 911?
Yes, we do. We train them, we meet the national law enforcement accreditation standards, and we also meet the national fire accreditation standards.
Okay, now let me ask this one. Any other city, other than Jewish City, to you guys involved consulting, they improved the 911 system? Any city you can name?
Yes, Danbury, Connecticut, Princeton, New Jersey, Lawrence.
Like populate under 300,000, and the similar crime rates in.
Yes, well, Danbury, Connecticut is similar. We do 4 cities just north of Georgia, north of Atlanta. Population is over 350,000 on nighttime, probably closer to 500,000 during the day. They handle about 500,000 calls for service per year. So those are comparable metrics.
So what kind of services are you delivering?
There we deliver the 911 call taking, dispatching, and all the technology provisioning.
So you're actually doing the 911 system.
Correct.
And in this case, you're a consultant to us on evaluating. Okay.
In most of the cities where we've created options that would save them money and improve the level of service, we've started as a consultant to do a business case. In some cases, the city was more efficient than any other option we could find. In some cases, they looked at the options and decided it could be done more effectively.
So my question to the director then is, does this preclude, by them taking this contract, if you go the route of outsourcing, does it preclude you from them being awarded such a contract?
I'd have to defer to the lawyers on that. As far as I know, no. I will say we did search far and wide for other people to bid on this job and came up with nobody. Nobody else does this except this corporation. So Peter bounced me back for months demanding additional quotes, and we tried, and no one else wants to touch 911 because it's so complex.
We would have to research that because they're two different contracts. One
Exactly.
is for
That's why I
the
wouldn't answer the
report, and the second would be.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't answer the question and said I'll have to defer. Like if it ever came to that, we'd have to defer to the lawyers.
So part of the reason I wanted to have you here at this meeting as well is that if you're making recommendations to us, the recommendations could be internal improvements of some sort to process and technology, whatever the case might be. And then another might be going with an external option, outsourcing in some way, right? And maybe some other, I don't know what other options might include, but...
Yeah, generally, the options that most communities look at are improvements internally, regionalization where they combine with another county or another city, or the potential for what we call a managed service. So, but it's all based upon the recommendations and the actual cost of the current operation and the level of service it provides.
If this were to go out to bid, you would not be writing the specifications then?
No, we would not. That's
Right,
not part
because
of our
that
scope.
clearly you could not
Yeah,
bid on.
that's, I mean, we're way ahead of us. All I want to do is look at it now, but that, again, that would have to, even I know, I'm not a lawyer, and I know that, and I'm on that one. But the bottom line here is, listen, we don't know what's there. I agree with Councilman Yun. Bob Baker has done yeoman's work getting in there under tough circumstances and doing his best. But we're at the point now where, I'm being honest, we're not seeing improvement anymore. We're seeing him do a lot of work to keep it at a certain level. Now, he moved that level from here to here, but I'm not convinced we can't keep going, we just don't know how, which is why we want to take a look.
Put back several cops back in there, and you'll straighten the whole place out. We never had these problems years ago.
Oh, he's not gonna do that.
So now,
That's it.
so can I-
that's
Then
why.
you're not gonna
Can
solve the
I,
problem.
okay, as a councilperson, as elected councilperson in Jersey City, we heard that several things, this kind of story, go back to like 3 years. That one of the rumors going around that 3 years ago we had to hear that they're gonna privatize 911. We all heard that, right? And that, so what we'd like to know, that we thank you for that, public safety to his intention to try to improve 911. Not only myself, probably every people in this room agree with that. They need the improvement. But as a councilperson, I'd like to ask, number one, your company, after review all the 911 situation what we have, and come up plan for number one, improvement with current systems, with equipment or manpower as a sponsor, without privatize the 911. And also, we want to see another plan, freely your recommendation with that, totally bring up the new plans, maybe privatize, and end of day, cost impact, what its cost will be, implement the current system with the manpower so and so, time scheduling so and so, or equipment, and how much cost will be. And when we privatize, even though we privatize it and we have upgraded equipment, we have to do that. All those things by numbers, how much benefit to taxpayer of Jersey City. Which plan is what is better? Because as you heard that through the rebuild, some part of the Jersey City taxpayer really so upset. They demand the taxpayer and the council to make sure stop wasting taxpayers' dollars. So one of the way we deliver their demand through this effort, maybe we cut a lot of wasting in that 911 room, so maybe come out different plan to can save tax. So, but also, we just don't want to privatize every department of Jersey City because accountability is an issue, you know what I'm saying? When under the city, as council can bring up, she's no good or he's no good, fire them so and so, we can build a new leadership, but once we privatize, even though we're not satisfied that private company, we gotta wait for 30 days or 60 days, so and so. You know what I'm saying? So there is some difficulty change the leadership, correct the problem when you privatize, and when you privatize, the cost raise can be faster than what we expected. So all those kind of factors we have to look into. So I hope you come out recommended City Council. Plan one with the improved plan with what we have. And second, total different plans how we can improve. And the third one, cost-wise, what is the benefit to taxpayer of Jersey City?
Any other talk, we're just way ahead of ourselves. All we're authorizing here is to take the look and to return with a report for myself and for you about what is down there. That's all, that's all we're doing here. Same as I did on our tactical operations.
That actually belong to the City of Jersey City. After City of Jersey privatized water department, we expect water cost and the things were just stabilized. And over the years, we see that almost 20 years, they went up so much. So privatize can be benefit taxpayer for short period of time, but long-term wise, actually cannot, maybe not. So we got to look into all those facts, okay? Absolutely. Yep.